Grand Theft Auto 6 is the second most anticipated game in the gaming world. What do you mean? What's the most anticipated game? I think it's Half-Life 3. Alright, don't hit me. They're both the two most anticipated games. Let me put it that way so I can start the video without getting roasted. Still, comment the game you're most excited about. I'm very interested to know. Because I think the first game is half. In this video, I'll be watching and analyzing the details in the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. But it won't be just a random analysis, it'll really be a full story theory video. In this video, I'll try to explain with the theories I'm about to tell you that the game might actually have a story that's very different from what we've been shown. If, when the game is released, the story I explained in this video actually turns out to be true, I want you to come back to this video and leave another comment. Listen carefully. What I'm about to explain will have a strong basis. If you enjoy theory videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and get straight to the point. Now, as we saw in the trailer, we know the name of the female character, Lucia. But the male character's name is still unknown. Just kidding. Hold on. Okay, let me explain the situation. Now, if we consider the past leaks in this game and piece together the trailer in our minds, I can say that it might have a deeper plan, just like in the style of Bonnie and Clyde. Let me also explain what this Bonnie and Clyde thing is, so it becomes clearer in your mind. A couple named Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow were a criminal couple who caused chaos in America between the 1910s and 1930s. This couple opposed capitalism by robbing stores and, at that time, created a revolutionary crime network. So, they weren't just ordinary store robbers, what they did was revolutionary. So they're fighting against capitalism. They're on the side of the people, and this couple is truly in love with each other. Now, when I watched the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, the first thing that came to my mind was this couple who lived in their time and shook the world with their crimes. Lucia and the unnamed man next to her in Grand Theft Auto 6. Alright man, this joke wasn't funny the second time. They might serve a deep purpose exactly like this. I mean, just like in Bonnie and Clyde. So instead of the classic, we love each other so much, we're together in everything, let's pull off the job and pocket the money, there might be a much deeper purpose behind these crimes they're committing. Like fighting against capitalism, a secret revenge story. Now, I'll get to this capitalism thing in a bit, but in the trailer, we see Lucy in a prison. Actually, Lucy might have ended up here because of a betrayal she experienced in the past. Now, after this betrayal, she and her partner might also be planning revenge against the crime lords of Vice City. Actually, right at this point, I'm going to talk about the leaks. One of the leaks in 2022 featured heist scenes. If I can find the footage, I'll include it, but Rockstar can copyright it. You can research and find it yourself, so that's why I'm undecided. But the fact that they are seen while doing this heist might mean that their goal is not just money, but also an attempt to take down the crime lords of Vice City. Now, it definitely looks like this duo suddenly decides to rise in the criminal world of Vice City. So when I watched the trailer, I felt this directly. But this rise seems more like the story of two characters who have their own rules, rather than just two classic criminals. Also, I'm sure you all noticed the social media and influencer culture in the trailer. So it seems like social media is used much more actively in this sixth game. This actually makes it seem like this criminal couple is aiming to reach a huge fan base in Vice City by presenting their robberies and other crimes as a kind of show. So, doesn't this make sense to you too? Someone fighting against capitalism? Which I just said I would discuss. Just like in Bonnie and Clyde. It seems like they are completely on the side of the people, and by showing what they do as a kind of show, they are trying to create a fan base in a way. So in short, it's like they're trying to build an empire, just like in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online Double Agent. Now this is quite a crazy theory, but it's not impossible either. Lucia and her partner, I mean this unnamed guy, could be agents. So actually, in this prison scene, it looks like Lucia is meeting with her lawyer there, or maybe an official from the government. Could it be that Lucia infiltrated the prison for a major operation? Actually, if we think this way, isn't the biggest resource for building their crime empire the prison where all the criminals live? So when you think of an agent, don't immediately think of agents working for the government. There really are agents like this in the crime empire as well. Or maybe he infiltrated to carry out an assassination against the Big Baron's men, like an agent, I mean. In fact, after he went to prison, since he had a huge fan base on social media like I just mentioned, the public might be putting pressure for his release. So, the scene where he meets with the government official or his lawyer, there might also be showing this. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but I wanted to share a few different thoughts about this prison theory with you. Whichever one turns out to be true. But look, I'm gonna say something explosive here. If, independent of all these events, Lucia makes a deal with the government, she could become an agent. Look, she could be like a government agent right now. Why not? In fact, this unnamed partner might not even know about it. Lucia's partner is the most popular male partner on social media because he seems like a more charismatic role model. And at some point in the story, Lucia might even turn into a secret agent. She might change her mind about betraying her partner at the last moment, taking the story in a different direction. If that happens, I'll cry. Look, it would be an extremely emotional situation. Let's stop complaining and continue with the theory. I'll share my final theory about this agent part before moving on to the next one. I wonder if this story could turn into a betrayal just like in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Lucia might even sacrifice her partner? If that happens, I'll seriously curse, just saying in advance. Now in the trailer, Vice T looks like a completely chaotic and collapsing city. While people are enjoying themselves immensely in most areas, the city appears to have descended into complete chaos. Actually, Lucia and her partner might have stepped in at this point and accelerated the collapse. So they might have committed crimes for show and, using the power of social media, completely incited the public and created the chaotic environment they wanted. So, I think the story in Grand Theft Auto 6 might be about the chaotic downfall and the rise of a city. Be sure to write in the comments anything in the theories I explained that you find illogical. Honestly, I really want to hear your opinions too. In the previous Grand Theft Auto 5 theory video, I went a bit overboard. But these theories aren't like revelations. They're made a bit for fun, so don't take them too seriously. Now, if I get right to the Grand Theft Auto 6 story, this story also makes me think that we might be able to fight against Cuban gangs. Because the place we call Vice City is actually Miami, and Miami is very close to Cuba. Also, there were plenty of ocean scenes in the trailer. So, in a way, we might be able to play a Bonnie and Clyde version of the Scarface story. So, it's a theory about a story where we fight both Vice T and Cuban gangs. If you're wondering why I thought this, it's not just because I saw the ocean and thought, oh, we're going to Cuba too. Actually, Rockstar did this before in San Andreas. I mean, they combined multiple regions in a single game. They could do something like this in Grand Theft Auto 6 as well. So, a crime network, gang, and Baron wars could even extend all the way to Cuba. Now, there's also an airport on the Grand Theft Auto 6 map. I wonder if we might be able to go to Liberty City from this airport as well. It sounds logical to me. I mean, why not travel to Cuba by sea and to Liberty City by air? It's possible. Similar to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, this would allow traveling to all regions. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. It could actually happen. I also want to discuss the game mechanics. I think the map in Grand Theft Auto 6 will change as the story progresses. So, for example, after Vice T is hit by a hurricane or another disaster, new areas could open up on the map. So, these are actually things we experienced in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, like, I don't know, weather changes, camp changes, and so on. Grand Theft Auto 6 may feature similar events. Florida is already prone to hurricanes. So, why not? Finally, I want to go back to Lucia. Lucia might even be a distant relative of an old crime family, maybe even the Verset family. Maybe the prison scene is the result of a failed heist she attempted to reclaim her family's legacy. Now, right here, I want to bring a new perspective for this couple. Maybe Lucia is getting involved in the criminal world not for money, as I said, but to regain the power her family lost. Because Lucia acts like a leader in these heists. I mean, this also shows how experienced she is in committing crimes, and her partner helps her with this. This scenario may be entirely different, but it's not necessarily illogical. However, I feel closer to the story I told at the beginning of the video, but this is a fact. Lucia will definitely be a much deeper character than her partner in the game. Her partner isn't even named in the trailer. In my opinion, this also makes me think that Lucia will carry the couple's relationship and the whole story in Grand Theft Auto 6. Of course, we'll get to know her partner very well in the game too, but the main story will always revolve around Lucia. I wish it would just release so we could play it. While telling this story, I focused on creating realistic scenarios. Let's be clear from the beginning. Like or save this video. When the game comes out, you can come back to this video and comment again if it really turns out this way. I'm ending the video here, but like I said in my previous video, I have some amazing theories about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in my mind. I'm thinking of making a theory video for San Andreas as well. If you want, you can like this video. This will help me know our numbers. Look after yourselves. Goodbye.